What if the man who showed your wife your supposed dead body was the same man she'd been sleeping with for months? Never thought I'd be asking myself that question, let alone living it. The night everything broke was a Tuesday, not with a bang, but with the soft, insidious glow of her phone screen. At 2 a.m., illuminating a message I wasn't meant to see. My heart hammered against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat against the silence of our bedroom in our Chicago home. Silence that had suddenly become a tomb. I saw his name, Mark, and a string of emojis that spoke volumes more than words ever could. My wife, Sarah, stirred beside me, oblivious, her breathing even. But my world had just tilted off its axis, and I knew, with a chilling certainty, that nothing would ever be the same. The mystery wasn't just who Mark was, but how deep this betrayal ran, what twisted fate awaited us all. The humiliation was a physical weight, pressing down on me, suffocating me. Sarah, my wife of 10 years, the woman I'd built a life with in our quiet suburban house, she was a stranger.
Yes.
Her laughter, her touch, her whispered "I love yous," all tainted, all lies. I started noticing things small at first. Late nights at her book club that stretched into the early hours. A new perfume I didn't recognize. A sudden obsession with her phone. Always face down, always locked. She'd become distant, her eyes holding a coldness I'd never seen before. Our once vibrant home felt hollow, filled with unspoken accusations, and the ghost of a love that was rapidly decaying. The slow discovery was agonizing, 1,000 tiny cuts. I found a receipt for a lavish dinner at the Gilded Spoon in downtown Chicago, a place we'd always said was too expensive for just the two of us. Then, a hotel keycard, tucked into the pocket of a coat she rarely wore. From the Magnolia Suites near O'Hare, the final nail in the coffin was a series of texts, not on her main phone, but on an old burner she kept hidden in her sock drawer. They were explicit, sickeningly sweet, detailing clandestine meetings, stolen moments, and a future she was planning with him, Mark. The mortician from the funeral home where my own mother had been laid to rest, just 6 months prior. The irony was a bitter bile in my throat. He had looked me in the eye, offered condolences, while planning to desecrate my marriage. Sarah, meanwhile, grew bolder, more manipulative. She'd gaslight me, twisting my questions into accusations of paranoia. "Oh, you're imagining things, David. You're stressed from work." Her voice, once a comfort, now dripped with condescension. She'd flaunt her new clothes, her new confidence, as if daring me to challenge her. The affair had emboldened her, made her feel untouchable. Mark, from what I gathered from the texts, was equally smug, sending her photos of expensive gifts, bragging about their secret rendezvous. They believed they were clever, that I was a fool. They believed they had one. I broke. Not outwardly, not in a dramatic confrontation, but internally. I'd sit in my car in the parking garage of my office building on Michigan Avenue, staring blankly at the concrete walls, tears streaming down my face. The pain was a physical entity, a crushing weight that made it hard to breathe, hard to function. I lost weight, slept little, and the vibrant colors of the world faded to a dull gray. But in that brokenness, a cold, hard resolve began to form. They thought they could destroy me? I would show them what true destruction looked like. My secret gathering of proof began.
No.
I installed discreet cameras in the house, not in our bedroom, but in common areas, capturing her furtive phone calls, her hurried departures. I hired a private investigator, a grizzled ex-cop named Frank, who tracked her movements. Photographed her and Mark entering and leaving hotels, holding hands in Lincoln Park, sharing intimate dinners in dimly lit restaurants. I meticulously documented every expense, every lie, every betrayal. I even managed to clone her burner phone, giving me real-time access to their sickening exchanges. As the evidence mounted, a towering edifice of their deceit, each piece of brick in the wall I was building around them. The legal and social traps were laid with surgical precision. I consulted with a divorce attorney, a shark named Eleanor Vance, known for her ruthless efficiency in high-stakes cases. We discussed every angle, every loophole. I also started subtly spreading rumors, planting seeds of doubt among our mutual friends, hinting at Sarah's unusual behavior without revealing the full truth. I created an anonymous social media account, carefully curating a narrative of a devoted husband. whose wife was slowly slipping away, garnering sympathy and setting the stage for the inevitable public exposure. Mark, the mortician, was a public figure in our small community, and his reputation was his livelihood. I had a plan for that too. The public exposure was a calculated explosion. It began with an anonymous email sent to the board of the funeral home where Mark worked, detailing his illicit affair with a married woman, complete with photographic evidence. The next day, a package arrived at Sarah's office, a prestigious marketing firm in the Loop, containing printouts of her most explicit texts with Mark, along with photos of them together. The anonymous social media account I'd created then went live with the full story, linking to the evidence, painting Sarah as a heartless betrayer and Mark as a predatory opportunist. The internet, as it always does, did the rest. The story went viral within hours, fueled by outrage and morbid curiosity. Sarah's world imploded. She was fired from her job, her reputation in tatters. Our friends, once so quick to judge my paranoia, now shunned her. Her family, conservative and deeply religious, disowned her. The divorce proceedings were brutal. Eleanor Vance tore her apart on the stand, presenting the mountain of evidence I had collected. Sarah, stripped of her arrogance, was a shell of her former self, weeping openly. Her lies were laid bare for the world to see. Mark, facing a scandal that threatened his professional license and his family, was forced to resign from the funeral home. His wife filed for divorce, taking everything. The quiet, haunting ending came months later. I saw Sarah once more, by chance, in a grocery store in a different part of the city, near her new, cramped apartment. She looked gaunt, her eyes hollow, her once vibrant hair dull. She didn't see me, lost in her own misery, pushing a cart with only a few meager items. I watched her for a moment, feeling nothing but a profound emptiness. The rage was gone, replaced by a cold, quiet satisfaction. My revenge was complete. She had lost everything, just as I had planned. The mortician who showed her my body before I died had truly shown her the death of her own life. The end.